First off, how have you settled in, and how are you enjoying things so far?
I love it here, man. Yeah, so team and I, we arrived a little earlier, which is good. Yeah, it just helped us to acclimatize and get used to the timing here, the sleeping patterns and everything. And I just love it. The weather's good, well, for us now. So everyone dresses well here, and it's helped me to understand and just keep up my standards.
How long does it take to acclimatise, given just the sheer scale of the commute that you needed to make for this one?
For this one, about 4 or 5 days.
And you've got a really tough, experienced opponent and a durable one as well. So how do you view this matchup in terms of a stylistic matchup and perhaps an opportunity to really showcase your striking skills?
Yeah, Jan is a very well-established and experienced fighter. So, we've got to make sure we go in there and get the job done. That's all that matters.
And if you were kind of grading your progression through the UFC so far, what kind of grade would you give yourself, and how satisfied have you been with your performances thus far?
Well, when you look at it, you've got someone who's on a 7-fight win streak, the most in the light heavyweight division so far. So, very exciting, and I think everyone would be merited for a title shot after this.
Against Jan, you're facing a guy who Alex Pereira couldn't finish, and Magomed Ankalaev, who's the current divisional champion, couldn't finish. What is it about your skill set that you think can get the job done where those two guys weren't able to?
We'll just have to see on Saturday night, but I come with a different approach.
Great stuff. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Carlos over here. This side. Yeah. In Jan, you're also facing an opponent who has fought a teammate of yours, Adesanya. Did you guys talk about the fight, and did you watch his fight with Jan, even though it's been a while?
Yeah, I mean, I was training alongside Israel as he was preparing for Jan. This was my debut against Nzechukwu. So we were training alongside each other. We knew what was about to happen. So I think the advantage that we have now is not so much. It's just more so the fact that the coaches have done their extensive study in the past. So we're a step ahead in terms of just had done our study.
And people talk a lot about Jan's age. Do you think that affects anything in the fight?
Age is just a number.
That's true. One last question for me. The current champ, Magomed Ankalaev, and I heard the rematch is almost signed against Pereira. Do you think you're the definite #1 contender if you win this fight?
Yes, a fight, well, a notable win over Jan Blachowicz would definitely merit a title shot after that, so for sure.
And where do you see the holes in Jan's game for you?
It'll present itself.
Okay, good luck this Saturday.
Thank you.
Over here, Carlos, Absalon for Absalon MMA. You said that you're going to watch out for the holes, but people see you as more of a striker, Jan Blachowicz more of a well-rounded fighter. Do you think that you're going to have opportunities in all around the game, or are you just focusing on striking?
We will have to see. It is a secret until it's not a secret. It's going to happen, but I have full faith that I'm going to get the win.
And do you think it's an advantage that you have a teammate that fought him, or do you think it's a disadvantage for him to have already fought this style of Eugene Berman?
Not so much an advantage, but every fight is different. I know Blachowicz has seen this fight differently, and he's going to approach it that way. He's smart. He's a chess player, and that's the way I'm going to view it.
He's the first former champion that you face in the UFC. How much of an honor is that for you?
Very much so, and a win over Jan would definitely merit it.
If you don't get the title shot, who is the opponent that you would most like to fight against? Since you had an upcoming fight against Jamal Hill, is it the one that you would want to face if you don't get a title shot after?
There's a title shot there, brother. There's a title
That's
shot.
That's what you want to get. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Carlos, over here. How much did you value the experience you got in a technical fight against Volkan Oezdemir, a former title challenger?
Yeah, a lot, man. I mean, I took a lot from that fight. I mean, obviously, I wanted to get knockout, as I usually do, but you live and you learn. I took 3 rounds with someone who was supposed to have been a great striker and on a great roll. So for me to do that to someone like Volkan was a well defeat in itself.
And if you are to win, there's been a trend of fighters weighing in as a backup to then earn their title shot? Do you feel that with the rematch between Pereira and Ankalaev, do you want to weigh in as a backup to potentially earn your spot more than just this fight?
Yep, that could happen too. Thank you.
Carlos, just quickly, how do you think a rematch between Alex and Magomed will go down?
I know that Alex will work on the holes that he needs to. He'd probably be in the gym right now as we speak, doing that. And he's a player, and I could see he will make the differences that he needs to, or the adjustments. And but I just feel that Ankalaev, he's a strong player right now too, and anything can happen at this point.
So do you see Ankalaev holding on to the title when you finally get that shot?
That's something I visioned for sure.
How do you think a fight with you and Ankalaev will go down?
You know how it goes down. You know how it goes down.
All right, thank you.
Carlos, you got asked before, down here, sorry. You got asked before about, obviously, Izzy's experience with Jan, but Eugene as well as one of the great coaches. Have you kind of seen another level of his coaching, given how much knowledge he'll have of your opponent and just the kind of level of detail he goes into with that?
Yeah, Eugene, Twist, and Andre, they all do their study. So I trust in my corner, and whenever I step in that octagon, I put all my trust in them. I let them be my eyes when I'm in that octagon, and I just do my work.
And the amount of travel you've had to do, those guys have coached all around the world. How much have they been a benefit to you as well?
A massive benefit. I mean, we're a big team. There's a lot of us here now too, and I'm grateful that my team has, extended team has been able to travel with me so far, and so it's great that I feel at home so far away from home.
Thank you.
Carlos, some fighters don't like their opponents to have a bad blood with them. You've met Jan Blachowicz. What do you think about him as a man and as a fighter? Are you able to unlike him?
Yeah, whenever I step in that ring, nothing gets in that way. So, but before and after, I've always viewed and I've always followed Jan. I respect him as a man. And the way I put it is, I've got 2 sons, and like if I feel that my sons could look up to someone like him, then that'll be good. I view that way. He is he can inspire kids and people around the world, and I like that.
Last one from me. What do you think about the current situation of Israel Adesanya? Do you believe that he can be again a champion in UFC?
Once a champion, always a champion.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Sorry again from Against the Fence. News on the line is that you used to be a male stripper yourself, and soon you'll be stripping a particular male of the title, perhaps. Give it some time. Got to get past the challenge this weekend, of course. But how far would you say you've come from the man you once were to the man that you are now standing before us today?
Yeah, a very well-developed fighter. And from the beginning of my career in the UFC, everything was kind of fast-tracked during COVID. I was put in the Shark's Den, on the Lion's Den pretty quickly. So we had to learn to adjust. And now I've got the momentum and understanding of how MMA is. So I'm just riding the wave. And for the note, I wasn't stripping. It was more so hosting parties and just enticing women to come into clubs and stuff like that. So yeah, just put it out there.
Of course. Just one more question for me real quick. It's should you get there, who would you rather stylistically be matched up against, Pereira or Ankalaev?
Pereira's obviously a very dominant fighter and a champion as he's been. And that would be a massive fight. I've always said that a fight between myself and Pereira would be massive. Just 2 warriors, cultured warriors to go up against each other. But then also with that said, notably, with Ankalaev, he is dominant. He's someone that a lot of fighters would dodge. So a win against Ankalaev would definitely shoot me past anyone. So either one would be great for me.
You'll build your stock massively. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Carlos, just over here. You come with another teammate, Kevin Joseph, French UFC fighter. He has a judo background and good grappling. Does he help you with the preparation against Jan Blachowicz as well?
Yeah, nah, he's amazing, man. So that's the whole reason why we have Kevin on board on this camp. Is he's sharp, man. His grappling is second to none. Obviously, his judo is amazing. He's got the good judo chop, which he's taught everyone a few times at the gym. So he's known for that one. But you know, everyone plays their part. Everyone plays their part, and I'm glad that we've all collectively come as a team. And all I got to do is make sure I finish the job.
Good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Carlos, it's Kat. When you said there's so much more on the horizon besides having the belt, would something like being on the cover of GQ be on the horizon?
100%. Yeah, that's it. That's everything that we've put in the lines for sure. GQ they've already sung out for a bit, so we'll definitely get there.